Good morning, children. Well, I hope all well and you've had a nice weekend, I suppose, because usually you don't have classes on Saturday and Sunday. And I want to tell you that I'm not giving the names of the children who've done their exercises, but I was quite happy that the response this time was more than what it was before this. But children, please again, I mean you must be getting so bored listening to this, but I want every one of you to do your exercises. It will help you not only by knowing the answers, but you'll know exactly how to answer it, where to draw the line, where to underline the words in the sentences, because there are many who don't underline the word. I like to tell you, suppose I've given you a word to do with started. Now this is the margin, you do one here and you put a dash. Now you don't have to underline this. I started to walk. Suppose I'm just saying started to walk. Now you put a full stop here and you have to underline this. Have you understood? Many of you are doing this, which is wrong. This is right. So I just want to tell you, and try not to use that correction pen. When you make a mistake, suppose you write rescued. Now suppose you write rescued, and if you think it's wrong, don't use a correction pen. What you do here is you draw two brackets with pencil and then you just put a pencil like this. Have you understood? I've told you in class also to do this. So please children, be a little careful and do it this way. Your work comes out neater and nicer, and of course don't forget that you have to leave a line after every sentence that you have made. And when you make a sentence, suppose it doesn't fit in this line, you go on here, not here. Have you understood? Well, I hope so. I mean, you've been told so many times in class, but then please children, please follow these rules. And now we've got a few days left, say about 2 weeks for Puja holidays. So I would like you to, be a little updated on your work, because many of you, I don't think are doing it, children. It's going to be very difficult for you. I know you keep on, you must be saying, oh, this pandemic is not going to go just now. But still, I think, because what happens when you stop practicing or doing anything, then you'll totally go out of focus. Have you understood? So please, I want you to concentrate. Before the holidays, you've got a week's holiday. You can enjoy yourselves. You don't have to do any work. So now I hope you have understood the lesson. Oliver is rescued. It's a very simple lesson, and I hope you went through it and you read it. And because nobody has got back to me saying that, you have not understood or you have found some difficulty in that. So I suppose it's a very simple lesson. You have found the meanings, you have done everything up to date. Now today I have been giving you little sentences, question answers from the book, but today we will all open to page 99. Page 99, and we will do comprehension. Now I hope you have opened your books to page 99. Have you children? Yes, then we will do page 99, comprehension. Over there is written, write numbers from 1 to 6 in the blanks to arrange the events from the story in the right order. There are some blanks at the side and there are some sentences. I'm going to read the sentences. Oliver is relieved to have found friends in a new place. Oliver reaches London with bleeding feet and tattered clothes. Dodger takes Oliver to Fagin and his group of boys. Oliver discovers the truth about his new friends. Dodger meets Oliver and buys him food. And the last one is Mr. Bronzlow tells Oliver that he might be able to help him. Now I can't wait here and tell you to tell me the answers. That's very sad. So, but then I'm going to tell you, like, you've read the lesson. So which one do you think is the first one? Well, the first one is Oliver reaches London with bleeding feet and tattered clothes. We read that in the first paragraph. Then the second one is that Dodger meets Oliver and buys him food. No, he reaches London, and then there on the street he's looking at the shops with awesome food, like very tasty. The smell is coming to him. So then he meets a boy there called Dodger, who meets Oliver and buys him food. That is number 2. Have you understood? Write number 2 in the blank. Now number 3 is Dodger takes Oliver to Fagin and his group of boys. After Oliver has eaten, then Dodger asks him whether he's got any place to stay. Oliver says no, so he takes him to a place. So that is number 3. Dodger takes Oliver to Fagin and his group of boys. That is number 3. So write number 3 in the blank. Then number 4. Then he sees all these boys and all. He's so happy, Oliver. So there's a sentence there. Oliver is relieved to have found friends in a new place. That is number 4. You write number 4 next to that. Now, which is number 5? Well, you can't tell me, so I'll tell you. He discovers the truth about his new friends. Like he realizes what his friends actually are. At first he was very happy to meet, and he was very lucky, he thought he was very lucky because he thought that, his friends were so helpful and all. But then suddenly he realizes the truth about his new friends. That is number 5. Now, what is the last one? Mr. Bronzlow tells Oliver that he might be able to help him. Towards the end, if you see, when Dodger picks the pocket of Mr. Bronzlow, and people think that it is Oliver, he goes, not only he, but the rest of the people who are standing there go running and say, thief, thief. So he goes there and he sees this, and so he tells Oliver that he might be able to help him. So again I am repeating, 4, 1, 3, 5, 2, 6. I hope you've done that. Okay. Now everybody's understood that bit. We are going to number 2. Choose another suitable title for his story. There are some, you can see some squares over there like this, you can see these squares. So you have to choose a suitable title. Which one? Now maybe the title I choose might not be the same that you also choose. So the first one is Oliver Twist Walks to London. Maybe some of you will think that this title is very good and you might put a tick mark. Oliver Twist Finds New Friends. And number C is Oliver Twist is Surprised. Now it's up to you. There are 3 blanks. It's up to you which one, 3 squares rather. It's up to you which one you think. Like I would think, say this one. Oliver Twist Finds New Friends. So for me, I feel that I would like this title for the story. But if you feel that Oliver Twist Walks to London or Oliver Twist is Surprised, it's up to you. Have you understood? If you think A is right or B is right or C, whatever, not right, but what you think would be a suitable title for this story. Now we come to number 3. Number 3. Number 3 is choose the correct answer. Now, there are 2 options. Oliver walks to London to. Now, the first one is make a better life for himself. Have you understood? He walks to London. Why? To make a better life for himself or to buy bread. Now, children, he's not walked all the way to London to buy bread, isn't it? He can get bread anywhere. I mean, maybe wherever he was or wherever he came from, he could get bread anywhere. But you're not going to walk all the way to London to buy bread. Or like you all, suppose you get bread in the shop in the town here, would you walk all the way to Teesta to buy bread? No, I don't think so. Not at all. So that way, I don't think that is right. And the other one was, the first one was make a better life for himself. So I feel that the correct answer is Oliver walks to London to make a better life for himself. Have you understood? Number A1. So you put a tick mark in the square. Have you understood? Now B, we come to B. Choose the correct answer, we come to B. Dodger tells Oliver that he knows a kind gentleman who. Now these are the two options. One would be would take him in without expecting rent. Have you understood? That is the first one. And the second one would be would give him an education. Now you know the story by now. I think by now you have guessed that I don't think that that kind gentleman they are talking about would educate him, because we know what he exactly was after we've read the story. Then he says he knows who actually one would be would take him in without expecting rent. Now, or would give him an education. I think children, we all know that they would take him in without expecting rent. So B, the option is 1, number 1. Now turn your page to page 100. We are still continuing with the comprehension. At Fagin's house, a group of boys were playing a game where, now the options are, they were cooking sausages as fast as they could, and the second option is they were trying to pull small items out of Fagin's coat unnoticed. You know, they were playing a game and they were trying to take out things. So what do you think is the answer, children? Were they cooking in the when you read the story? Did they say they were cooking sausages? No, they weren't. They were trying to pull small items out of Fagin's coat unnoticed. That is the correct option when you put a like this. I hope you have got understood it there. It's very easy. Please. Now let's go on to the next one. The next one is reference to context, which we have been doing, isn't it? What is it? Reference to the context. Now we have been doing a bit like this, quite a bit of it. Reference to context. Let's go to that one. Have you understood? Now reference to context. Hello, Oliver. Number 4. We are doing number 4. Hello, Oliver. Fagin bared his teeth in a leering grin. Want to play? That is what the sentence is. Hello, Oliver. Fagin bared his teeth in a leering grin. Want to play? Were the boys really playing? What makes you say that? Were they really playing? Were they? Now, which is this? Wait a minute. Turn to page 97. Were they really playing? You think so, children? No, actually, they were not really playing. They were, if you turn to page 97, let's look at page 97 on the top. Yes, over there, you can see it written right on top. Hello, Oliver, the third line. Fagin bared his teeth in a leering grin. Want to play? You can see that sentence. So, when you look at 9, then there's a picture over there. Can you see a picture? You can see Fagin frying sausages in the fire, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 boys here. Can you see that picture, everyone? Yes. Now, and when you look at them, you feel as if they are having fun and are dancing and dodging like you all do. But it seemed like that, and it looked as if when you are playing hide and seek, you do all that. So the question here is, what were they playing? Like sort of playing, they were happy. I mean, they were playing also, and sort of when you looked at them, it looked as if they were playing. But later on, Oliver Twist came to know actually what it was all about. Why did Fagin have a leering grin on his face? I think a leering grin, not like, when you smile, but this leering grin, when it's like as of a smile that is not because he's happy to see, but since he is not a good man actually, this Fagin, later on you'll come to know, but he was not. And because why he had that leering grin, that that type of a grin on his face, that I've got something, that is because he had got another victim. For what? I'll tell you later. He had got another victim who he could involve in his activities. Have you understood? Now we will do 4A and B today, and we will continue with the others in I think that will be the last class next Monday before the holidays. Have you understood? So what we'll do is we'll do this much, and I will give you questions, some questions, so please do it tomorrow, and so in the next class we'll finish the question answers. Good morning and thank you, and be safe and happy and be good.